teammates with it during your career. I don't know if you ever played with Markeith. Were you ever teammates?
No.
Okay,
No.
so 4 out of 5 of the guys the team's traded for have been former teammates of yours. And Rob today told us that every roster decision that you guys make going forward is going to be to fit your vision as a coach. Mm-hmm. Did you envision that level of involvement in kind of, it's not just, it doesn't stop at being a coach for this team, kind of really being a stakeholder and kind of the entirety of what the Lakers are trying to do when you took this job?
I envisioned it. I certainly hoped for it. It's something that we all talked about during the interview process, both with Rob and with Jeannie, and just understanding that for us as a Lakers organization to function at a high level, we needed to have alignment and synergy between ownership, the front office, and coaching. And that's not to say it's always going to be perfect, and that's not to say there's not incredibly difficult decisions to make, but that has happened, and you know, going forward, that it certainly gives you confidence as a coach.
Of your podcast, I was recently listening to your analysis of Luka, and you're discussing his constant changing of pace. How do you envision him and LeBron complementing each other on the court? Two guys who have a high level of basketball intelligence that I'm very confident, whether it's playing in a 2-man game, a 3-man game, playing minutes without each other, they're going to be productive and they're going to excel. I think for both those guys, you know, they have a killer's mentality, and that's exciting. Again, the initial reaction, there's always duality to difficult things, and any decision of any sort of importance is going to have, you know, consequences. And the consequences of us making this decision is you lose 2 guys that were awesome for us this year, and AD in particular, who has been awesome now for 6 years with the Lakers and helped win a championship. And that's, you know, first year, that's hard to sort of process. And then there's the excitement of getting a Luka. You know, just in terms of Saturday, it was, look, I to tell you guys all the time, I talk to Rob about everything. You know, we're always talking not just about transactions, but about everything. And I do have an ability to focus my bandwidth on what needs to be done. And so my focus all day Saturday was on the game, just knowing that there was a possibility that I would have to get back to the.
If you wouldn't mind a question first about the trade, and kind of get to the game later, just your thoughts about Luka and everything around the trade.
Very excited to get Luka Doncic as a Laker. But I'd be remiss not to say that I have incredible empathy for every single person involved in this from both teams. I've lived it. I've been part of trades. I've seen teammates get traded. You know, for both teams, there's a little bit of a loss, and you know, for our group, getting to coach AD, getting to coach Max, Jalen was incredible, and you know, it's obviously a very tough decision, and you know, AD in particular, someone that for a superstar to just kind of embrace a first-year rookie head coach, and it was incredible to be able to work with him and see how he plays on a nightly basis, and obviously with Max and Jalen investing a lot in their development. And then for our group, you know, it's those guys are brothers to them, and you know, it's tough, and I have a great deal of empathy for that. But you know, we're excited to have Luka.
And just to follow up on Luka, he noted your time together, obviously just the 13 games, but the respect that he gained for you. Going on your podcast, how would you summarize that relationship and how excited you are to start to figure out how to play or coach him and put pieces around him?
Yeah, Luke and I were teammates. I would say we had a friendship, mutual respect.
you know, you then have to figure out how to have a working relationship as player coach, and both of him and I are committed to that. And you know, I had spent about an hour with him on Sunday after he got to the hotel from Dallas, and had a great conversation with him. Have had a subsequent conversation, so excited to build that, and that's different than just going on someone's podcast. You know, I think the biggest thing is, you know, Luka knows me and he knows how I operate, and that's a good thing. It gives us both a head start.
So now Luka and Maxey at least makes it 4 guys you were teammates